Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick review on the ArcheryMax hip quiver. This one here is leather, and I really like the look of that. I also really like the way that this quiver functions. It comes in at a great price. This here is under $50 with free shipping from Amazon. It looks very traditional, which is just how I like my archery equipment. It has some very nice shaping, as you can see. And it has some pretty neat looking lacing right here. This quiver holds easily 2 dozen arrows. This here is 10 arrows. And as you can see, there's plenty of room for more. Or you can keep a smaller amount in it, like this. This is still 10 arrows. And have enough room for something like an arm guard. It also has this little pocket right here, which I use to hold my archery glove. And my hex key set for if I need to adjust my bow. I've also been known to put my release in here if I'm shooting a compound bow instead of my recurve. And if need be, I have been known to put my cell phone and my pocket knife in that little pocket. Just because sometimes when wearing the quiver with a phone here or a pocket knife, it can get to where the quiver is sticking out like that, so take the things out of my pocket, put it there, no big deal. These laces right here are actually what holds the belt loops. So if you take these laces off, these belt loops come undone. If you don't like that, you could probably rivet these so that that doesn't happen. Or maybe just put some stitching through the holes, whatever you want. And as you can see, the quiver hangs conveniently at the side. It's easy enough to grab an arrow from here to shoot. And it's easy enough to put arrows right back in very easily. As you can see, I didn't even look. Now, of course, the kind of arrowhead that you have on the arrows will dictate, of course, how many arrows you can fit in here. If you're shooting broadheads, then obviously you're not going to get anywhere near as many arrows in here. In that case, it may be better to not even use this quiver if you're going to be shooting a bunch of broadheads. This here, though, is great for shooting field tips. Now, onto the cons of this quiver. Within the first couple days, this started to come unstitched in this area. So I pushed it back together, pulled the stitching nice and tight, and I put a rivet in there. Now, in the picture, they show a rivet in this place, but mine didn't come with it. Now, I ordered Becca one of these quivers, and hers came with the rivet. So I'm not sure if this was just a fluke that mine didn't come with the rivet, or if they have problems with inconsistency, but that's one thing that happened with mine. Now, this was an easy enough fix. As I said, all I did was tighten up the stitching, push it tight, drill a hole, then set a rivet, which you can get these rivets at the hobby store, so not difficult to do. You could probably take this to someone like a cobbler or a leather repairman if need be, and they could set a rivet if you need to. But these should all come with rivets. And you could probably email the seller to make sure that you get one with a rivet. The next thing, and this was not difficult to fix, is there's this elastic string right here for the little pocket. Well, this kept coming unstrung and almost fell out on me a couple times. So I tied a tighter knot there, and I tied a ranger bead here out of paracord. So if need be, I can fit more things in there, or tighten this down, and now it fits tighter right there. Once again, not a difficult fix. If you don't want this to be adjustable, you can just tie it to one fixed length and just, leave it at that. I just wanted a little bit of versatility, so I made that adjustable. Now, the only last problem that I have is there's a little gap right here. And it came like that, brand new, with that little gap there. So it's not a big deal. It hasn't been a problem. If it bothers you, you could probably throw a little bit of glue in there. Of course, make sure that if you are gluing anything, don't get the glue on the leather. But I might just throw a little bit of glue in there and clamp this like that so it doesn't open. I might just put another rivet right there just so that's closed, or I might even just leave it. It hasn't been a problem, but I might just do that just so it's a little bit stronger. Now, you'll notice that the lacing right here, if you're not careful, I suppose you could accidentally catch the lacing. It hasn't been a problem for me. That's just something that you may want to take note of. As I said, it hasn't been a problem for me, but you might want to take note of that. As I said, the price for this quiver is under $50. You can get the right-handed model, which is exactly what this one here is. You can get a left-handed model, which is pretty much like this, but it's a mirror image. So it goes on this side and it angles the other way. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this was helpful and informative. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you next video. See ya.